So how have these last couple weeks been? I guess as you start eyeing the start of the season, is it turning more focused North Alabama, or what's that been like?
Yeah, definitely been a lot more locked in, a lot more focused. We've been going at it with each other for 8 months now, and it's pretty. I mean, it's interesting still because our guys we like to compete, but we're just really super locked in on the next opponent. The intensity's through the roof right now, and everybody's just fired up.
Is it Kyeaure? Is that who you say?
Yes, sir.
Magloire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What landed you at Arkansas? Like, when did you first hear from the coaches, and did they talk to you then? Because I think you played cornerback at West Georgia,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And did they talk to you then about playing safety, or how did that all unfold?
Yeah, so it was super interesting actually. I was in the middle of my recruiting process with just different schools around the country, and was looking around a lot of places, really interested, and Arkansas hit me probably 2 days before I was going to commit somewhere else, and we're talking back and forth. And since a kid, I always wanted to play in the SEC, and this was the first SEC school to take a chance on me, and I really bought into the vision Coach Silverfield projected and just what the safety coaches were talking about in terms of the schematics on defense. And I got really fired up about it, talked to my family, my peers, prayed about it a lot, and decided it was the decision for me.
And how do you think things have gone for you? Looks like you kind of rotating around with that first group.
Yes, sir. It's been super fun. Like, this is my last year of college football, obviously, and I wanted to make the most out of it, put myself in the best position, but also have like a lot of fun. And we're in a room with just super competitive guys that are fired up about football through and through, and that's like just built me to, I think, the best version of myself as a player thus far, and that's all I could ask for in the opportunity that they've given me.
Day Day, so you playing primarily on the inside here, right? Are you rotating at all to that position where Quincy is as well, like playing on the outside? Are you playing both of those right now?
Yeah, so right now, I'll say it's about a 40-60 split, playing end and getting reps at tackle too.
What's the biggest difference for you when you have to move over from one to another? With the scheme, or just for whatever your responsibilities are?
So, I mean, when I'm a field end, where I'm a 4-eye, so, I mean, it's really the same of tackle when I'm at a 4-eye, but when I'm at an end at a 5, it's just more space, Most of the technique is kind of similar to playing 3-tech, so I played it before, and I have a little experience there, so it's not too big of a jump, but it's not too much different for me.
A lot's been made about the depth that you guys have along the defensive line. Obviously, you come from a Oregon program that always has a lot of depth like that. I mean, just how do you think it kind of compares right now with the depth you've got here, where you've been, and what's impressed you about the room so far?
Yeah, the depth is a great thing because, I mean, when we're going and then it's game day, we're going to need guys to sub in and keep that flow going and keep that intensity up during game day. So I think we got pretty good depth in the D-line room. And as long as all of us are on the same page and we grinding and, we're all locked in and it don't really matter who's in, we all gonna play.
Dede, what about you? What about your journey to Arkansas? What brought you here? What was that recruitment like?
Yeah, so during the transfer portal for me, obviously we were kind of deep in playoffs, so it was the portal. We were mid-portal. I think we had like a week left. So Arkansas was one of the first schools to reach out to me. They were in my recruiting. I talked to Silverfield pretty early and Coach Rob, and they were just a school that stuck out to me. They were on me hard. Once I came here, I really liked what Coach Silverfield, he was telling me about the standards we were going to have and how he was going to build this place up. And, I just really took into that, and I believed in him, and he believed in me. So that's what ultimately landed me here.
Did Colton Yarborough maybe help play a factor in that as well?
Yeah, I played with him in high school. He definitely hit me up, too, once I hit the portal. He wanted me to come here, too. I talked to him once I came here, but, yeah, we got a little background, so, yeah.
You got a brother, Craig?
Yes, sir. I got a twin brother, yeah.
Yeah, and his name's Craig?
I mean, yeah, they call him Craig. His name is Xadavien. They call him Zay, and
Right.
I'm Day.
Right. So it's Day Day and Craig off of
yeah,
Friday.
something like that. Sometimes, yeah.
when did that pop up? When did that start being called?
I mean, yeah, when we were younger, I forgot who said it, but when the movie came out, somebody said something about it, and then kind of just stuck. It was just like a joke, but yeah.
Where's your brother at?
He's in Texas right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're from Oklahoma, right? Is that right?
I'm originally from Texas. I transferred to Oklahoma my sophomore year of high school. I tried to transfer schools once I was in Texas, and then the whole UIL thing. So I ended up playing in Oklahoma my last 2 seasons of high school.
Yeah. And then what took you all the way out to Oregon?
I mean, I don't know, man. It was just like something different, And I liked the coaches that was out there while I was there. So I was just drawn to, some of the stuff, like the campuses and just the vibe there.
And what was the reason that you decided to enter the transfer portal? Just want to change the scenery, or?
Yeah, I just wanted to play a bigger role. I just felt like I had my role wasn't as big as I wanted to be at Oregon, so I wanted to take in a leadership role and get more time on the field and that sort of thing.
Kyeaure, I'm just curious. Coach Silverfield has been bragging on Christian Harrison all camp. Just what's it like having him in that room as a leader, a guy with all that experience?
Christian is, to say the least, a phenomenal football player, but he's a good dude altogether. Like he brings a good energy to the room, especially when things get hectic. He keeps a level head through most of it, and it's just good to have somebody like that to learn and grow with, but also compete with in there. Like we have this great brotherly competition going on in the room between all the guys, and somebody like Christian, he always elevates the floor. Like, I mean, if you want to get on the field, you look at him and like, that's the kind of guy I got to play like. That's the kind of guy. If I'm looking to take his spot, I got to play, if not better than him. Like he sets a standard for how the safety should play in our room.
You said playing at an SEC school was always your dream. Was there any moment maybe where you felt like that just might not ever happen? And what's it like now living that dream?
It's funny. Around the fall camp time last year, I had a teammate who, he was an older guy on the team. I mean, I was an older guy too, but he was older than me somehow. And me and him, we sat down and we had a talk. He was like, dude, like if you want to play at the levels you aspire to play at, which we all talked about SEC play and all of that, he's like, you gotta tune it up. And I had a coach, he was always on my tail. All my coaches over the past 2 years, honestly, they were really good about lighting a fire under my tail. Like the frame is there, but it's all about what you're putting on tape and the work that you put in day to day. Like if you want to play in the SEC, you gotta live up to that standard daily. And I'm super appreciative, super grateful for them, because I don't think I'd be here today without those conversations, without those instances where somebody's pulling me whenever I don't feel like I have it. So just to be here today it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
I don't want you to speak ill of your former program, but what's the best part about, whether it's like the locker room, the food, the facilities, what's kind of been like the most eye-opening experience about being at an SEC program like Arkansas?
I think the part of this program that I've benefited most from is the training room, not in terms of injuries, but just getting ahead of things. We have an amazing staff in there, and I've gotten well acquainted with them, and they've helped me just not only stay on the field, but improve myself as a player in terms of my health, my flexibility, whatever nicks and bruises I may be feeling. So it's super helpful to have those resources.
You mentioned always wanting to play in the SEC and having coaches that got after you. Is that something that coaches at that level, at the FCS level, are even talking about? Like, hey, if you want to move on to an SEC program, you got to do this. Is that something that they dangle in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, especially in terms of NIL and the transfer portal, it's all just being super realistic. We had a talk with our coach today just about like how real the college football world has gotten, and at the FCS level, they're very well aware that a good enough player is looking to move on to a bigger platform to put himself in the best position to play at the next level.
You mentioned that you were a couple of days away from committing somewhere else before Arkansas got in the picture. Can you share where you were maybe heading? Or
I'd rather just keep that on the low. It was great schools, great coaches reached out. They all had great visions as well, but I think Coach Silverfield and his vision, it triumphed it all for sure.
And I was looking, your hometown in Florida, it rang a bell. I think there was a guy that played at Arkansas that came from there as well. I don't know if you're aware of it. Just how aware were you of Arkansas coming up through high school?
So I've always seen like Arkansas games. I watched the SEC through and through growing up, but it was actually my cousin, whenever Arkansas first reached out, me and him were hanging out, and he starts giving me the whole rundown on everything Arkansas and everything in like the Ozark area. So I thought it was just super interesting to have him right there with me at the time whenever they reached out. But truthfully, I didn't know much about Arkansas, so that was probably the biggest gamble, so to say, with me coming out here. Like I was coming to a completely new environment.
Your cousin familiar with Arkansas? Like, has he been out here? Or?
No, he's just randomly educated on this side of the country. It's odd, but he's a smart dude.
Daddy, what do you think about the defensive line depth? I mean, the guys you added with, having Quincy back and then adding Carlin and Trajan and Hunter, some of those guys.
Yeah, I think we got some smart guys on the defensive line that can communicate well, play physical, and play hard. So, I mean, the depth we have is great. We got guys like Hunter who knows the defense inside and out. Carline, real physical at the point of attack, and then Quincy, he's just a big freak. So, I mean, we looking good right now, playing hard and just knowing the technique and knowing our plays is something that's really key for us.
What has it been like with Coach Cotton and Coach Wilkerson? What kind of characters are they?
Yeah, I mean, they like sweet and sour. So, shit, some days, they're going to be on our ass real hard, but they're going to coach us real hard, too. Wilk definitely, me and Quincy joke, we call him Sergeant because, he's real hard on us. He's real strict. And then Coach Cotton, he going to come and he's not more of a, like strict as Coach Wilk, but, he's going to be in your ear and tell you how good you're getting and what you need to work on and things of those natures.
So it's kind of like a good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Real quick, y'all have added a few safeties that have kind of joined really, really late, but it's kind of all up in the air. I mean, what's that like, having these guys that are probably going to be your teammates, but it's still kind of up in the air and everything?
It's super interesting. Like I said, since day one, our coaches, especially in the secondary, did a really good job of just reiterating the fact that the floor is open. We're looking for guys to play. We're looking for guys to compete day in, day out. And it's never a focus on the depth chart or where you are, more about alignment, assignment, and constantly improving. And I think that since January when we all got here, they've done a really good job of just instilling that, like, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what things may look at, just keep working, keep improving. And I think everybody's really bought into that. So with the new guys coming along, we just show them the standard, live by the standard, and everybody falls in the line.